YouTube, welcome to a special Coffee with Old School. I'm going to be your host, Old School, and well, we're going to get into some facts today. First fact. So many people are having a discussion of what the promo world really is. What is a promo? I have some guys that tell me, oh, well, if you're not talking about getting in a 20 by 20 wrestling ring, that a promo don't matter. Well, listen, I've been in the promo game for over 2 years, won 5 world championships in different organizations, currently still a 5-time champion, never been beat for any of those respective championship titles. And I've never once mentioned a wrestling move, never once had to, because I see the dogmatic era of the promo world has begun. They think a showcase of showcases is talking about a leg drop, an elbow drop, a clothesline. No, sorry. See, I go back 1987, right before the War Games was incepted. Arn Anderson stood in front of a crowd of 300 people at the local TBS station and cut one of the most epic promos of all time. And here's a fact check for you. He never once said a wrestling move. He said a few lines that some of you marks might remember. He held 2 titles, a television title and a national tag title. He said he didn't mean to toot his own horn, but toot, toot. That's for you who say you're a true Arn Anderson fan, but if you go back and watch it, you'll learn. Here's what he really said. He said to be the best in the world, you've got to want one of these. You've got to have one of these. You got to be the best at your game and surround yourself with the best people in the game. And he went on to tell people that the Horsemen, as a group and a unit, they were 4 individuals working for the same purpose. And that was to be successful, make a lot of money, and win championships. Son of a bitch. Not one DDT, not one clothesline, not one elbow. And then we move on. Then one of his partners, Ric Flair, would speak later on in that same set and talk about why he's the greatest world champion of all time. Not because he could slap a figure 4 on you or because he could chop the living hell out of you. It's because he wore the designer suits, the Rolex watches. He wined and dined in '69. He was a jet flying. You figure it all out. I ain't got to repeat it all for you. So for you guys out there that are going, oh, well, these promo guys are champions that aren't talking about wrestling moves. Well, they're just not fans. I could recite a lot of things that, well, some of you guys who weren't even shitting green yet couldn't recite in the promo world. We'll fast forward. Go to the WWF that everybody seems to think was the mecca of the world of wrestling. The Ultimate Warrior cut a promo right before WrestleMania 6. Him and Hulk Hogan, Intercontinental Championship versus WWF Championship, and he didn't mention one move. Not one move. Didn't say he was going to press Hulk Hogan above his head. He talked about how the worlds were going to collide of Hulkamania and the Warriors. He told a story so you would invest yourself to go watch the match. The Macho Man Randy Savage cutting an epic promo on Hulk Hogan, telling him how much he hated him. Didn't mention the elbow drop. Didn't mention Hogan's leg drop. He mentioned the fact that there was a love between Hogan and Elizabeth that led to the inner destruction of the Mega Powers. So for you boys out there telling everybody that you know more about promos than they do, go to the WWE Network. Go learn a thing or two. Get your priorities straight. Because unfortunately for you, I'm one of the most historian when it comes to the promos. Why do you think I joined a promo league? Why do you think I'm a world champion? Because I study the promos, old friends. I learn the promos. And I watch guys like Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, The Ultimate Warrior. And none of them speak about how they're going to clothesline you, power drive you. None of that stuff was ever said. They told an articulate story about a match they were going to have with you without ever mentioning the match. They're going to tell you how they're going to outclass you, outshow you. But I know some of you don't feel that because all you know is, I'm going to powerbomb you through a table full of nails. No, you're not. In the promo world, you're never going to physically touch each other. So the only thing you can do is talk. Promo. Promo 101 from an old school legend himself in Old School. Now see, as I sit here and I enjoy a coffee with Old School, my segments are always truthful and without any fact check needed, because if you go back and check all in, which you will today, if you're one of those naysayers, you'll go back and watch those promos and learn a little something. Now see, I've been into multiple organizations and I've left multiple organizations because I tune in on Facebook and I'm like, let's see what these guys got, and the first thing I see is, when I get you in that 20 by 20, delete, I'm out, see ya, because you're not getting in 20 by 20. You're not getting in a steel cage. Hell, you're not going to wrap a barbed wire bat around somebody's fucking head. In competitive promo world, it's a jaw-jacking competition. In a story-based promo world, hell, you guys can have sex on Mars for all I give a fuck. But guys like me, guys like Brett Jacobs, Mr. Entertainment, Cody Bentley, the Berserk One, the Bastard, guys like that, we respect the competition. We respect the legitimacy of, did I tear him down with my words and verbally assault him? Yes, I did. Did I earn the right to call myself a world champion of promo? Yes, I did. Now, did I step into a ring with the Bastard and clothesline him? Never did. Never going to happen. Wasn't ever going to happen. And unfortunately, this is a reality that people are going to get pissed off about, and I'm sure I'll get messages. You know, my PMs are always open, my DMs are open. Hell, send me a fucking email, and I'll tell you the same thing I'm saying on here. I don't care if you like me, love me, or hate me. But the truth of the matter is, this is what a promo world is all about. This, what I'm doing right now, is what a promo world is all about. And, you know, I know everybody has their own little things, but here's a piece of advice to those guys coming to a competitive promo league. Let me light my cigarette. Don't try to change it to benefit you. Don't walk in the door and say, well, if you're not mentioning wrestling rings or wrestlers and blah, 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 then it's an unfair advantage. You were told from the set, told from the get. Go back and read the pinned post. We ain't talking about wrestling here. Or any group I'm involved in, matter of fact. Goes from the PPF to the Champions Universe to the Renegade Promo Alliance. Now, to touch on the subject of the Premier Promo Federation, at one time it was, well, at best an indie league. At best it had some potential. And now we are skyrocketing in the universe of promo world, doing it like only we can do it. Talks of merging with one of the biggest conglomerates in the promo industry and crushing everybody in our path. Will it happen? Only time will tell. Do I have anything against the IWs? Hell no. David Jones has nothing against me. I have nothing against David Jones. I respect what the man has done in the last couple of years in the promo world. And that's big for me because, see, I don't respect many people in the promo world because the promo world is full of a lot of bitching and complaining. And you got to make me the champion. I got to look strong. And if I bring my buddy with me, we got to be the tag champions and get handed things because, well, we're not good enough to go anywhere else and earn those things. And I mean, you know, that truth hurts a lot of people, upsets a lot of people. Don't hurt me because I can go anywhere I want, win a championship as I please, except in a storyline-based organization where a subpar promo artist can beat a top-notch promo artist for no legitimate reason, for a shitty story. Now me, I enjoy my coffee, I enjoy a good cigarette, and I enjoy a great promo battle where two men go at each other by wordplay and sees who can outplay their words better than the other guy. I don't need to go to an organization and go, hey man, this is the deal. I walk in the door, you got to put a title on me. I got to look strong. And my partner too, because he needs a tag title too, because, well, he won a legitimate tag title somewhere else with another partner that was even more relevant than me, so I need to look more relevant than him, but you're not. And you know who you are. I ain't afraid to address you, because, well, let's be real. The days of anybody being afraid to address you are dead and gone. They're ready to give you the truth that, well, you're not such a great promo star that you thought you were. You have buried Arts of Wrestling by being there. Arts of Wrestling, I think, could transcend and be even bigger than they are, even without 2K19 or 2K20 or whatever they're using. Because they got some good young talent over there. But an egomaniac will always shit on a product. He'll tell you the promo world is dead. It's non-existent. Except if he's there. And well, I don't agree with that at all. Because see, once you left the PPF, we skyrocketed. Not one complaint, not one negative mark, not one no-show, not one person quitting because they didn't get their way. So the legitimacy of your argument falls on deaf ears. It falls on the retrospect of nobody gives a shit what you say anymore. Nobody ever cared what you said. That's why back in BTB, when you bitched and cried, well, the administration was speaking to me directly and letting me know, don't worry, it wasn't you, it was him. We couldn't trust him, we couldn't put a title on him. And damn if they weren't right. And now as I walk with a lot of those guys and I look back, I regret of ever being involved in that. I regret ever creating the union. I regret ever walking side by side with you. Now, truth be told, the union will always be mine. I created it on the Live in BTB when I was the current reigning defending Brass Knuckles champion, and you were nothing. Not a zip zilch. Because you had just failed against Mr. E, winning the heavyweight championship of the world. And I know you've heard it from a lot of people. Oh, maybe you should have won. Maybe you should have won. But that's not what happened. That's not what went down in the history books. The first ever BTB World Champion is Mr. Entertainment. The last ever BTB World Champion is, well, it's Old School. Because my history was destined for me. So for all these people out there in the promo world that are making promises to guys to give them titles, put titles on them to keep them in their organization, I'm proud of you. That's good. You're keeping your product current and active and fun. But I don't promise anything to anybody. You want my title? Beat me for it. You want a PPF title? Win it. But just know this, that an active promo competition where it's judged, not written, you got to earn it. It's not going to be handed to you. It's It's not going to be guaranteed to you. It's not going to be somebody looking at you going, oh, don't worry, buddy. Next month you get a run with the world title. Don't work that way. And that's why I don't promo anywhere that it does work that way. So before I get off here, a little 15-minute clip to maybe clarify some things in my thoughts on the promo world. Remember this. Check your ego at the door. Be humble. Be grateful to those guys who stood with you and taught you everything they know. Like Angelo Low-Johns, Timothy Lee, Jose Bazaldi. I thank all those guys. Even Jacob Carney. Yes, he's younger than me, but I've learned a lot from him. And I respect him for it. So before you try to knock talent like that and say you're the measuring stick or a promo god, better go look in the mirror. Because truly you're just an inchworm and you're not even a speck of dirt from God's casket. Because you were never that good. The rest of us have earned our way to the top. Have earned our right to call ourselves champions and or legends. Some people don't do that. Some people can't do that. It's got to be handed to them, given to them, written down for them. I have never written a promo in my life, nor will I ever write one to the day I die. It all comes from here, off the shoot, one-hit wonder. I film it, I edit it, I post it. There is no in-between. There's no going back and looking. There's no going back and doubting myself because I know I'm the best. So for everybody out there who don't like Old School because I talk the truth, you just got my vision of what the promo world is. Like it or lump it, it is what it is in the promo feds. Sorry, I'm not really sorry at all. And what I said there towards the end, that was truth too. You want to be a legend? You want to be considered a measuring stick, a promo god? Try enhancing some talent instead of fucking burying it for your own ego. Hope y'all enjoyed Coffee with Old School. I know I did.